Hey folks, I'm HP and today I'm going to talk about Carlos Santana, and in specific the solo part of his famous song or popular song Europe or Europa, and some of his playing techniques a little bit is kind of the way he plays around the tones. I'll show you a little bit what you mean. That's more or less the solo part of it. Yeah, more or less stuff like that. So first thought, of course, is how he makes his sound. I try to reproduce a little bit. I didn't really get it fully originally. I've checked out his recording of 1967, and at that time I think he used the Mesa Boogie Mark II amplifier. And his sound has not really a lot of bass, a lot of treble in it. It's even too much now. Maybe something like this on maximum gain, and he works away with the volume. When he starts with the theme, wait, let's see that on the close view. When he really works on the he has a only distortion. He works with the volume a little bit, like soft volume. And has no delay on it. On the early recordings, I don't hear any delay, just reverb. And he really works with the gains, so he makes soft gain. And puts the volume on and he works with the loudness. He has a pretty long sustain on the tone, and he makes absolute no vibrators on the bending. And to keep the tone going on, you need a high volume, because then you get your feedback, and then the tone continues. But in this case, I don't have a high volume, so as you can hear, I have the gain level on maximum, and now that's the maximum, which is held without any vibrato. With vibrato, but he doesn't do any. You could prolong the tone, but he doesn't do anything. Now he's working. The song is in C minor, so you use the C minor scale. And you play basically in the C minor pentatonic position, but using C minor. And there's one signature lick which is using that one. This one is in the C minor, so it starts here on the 10th fret, 7, 8, 10, 12, 11, 9, 8. See, that's how it works here. And absolute no vibrato on most of the notes, or just a slight one. That's more or less his signature thing. Now, let's try it with a track. You can hear the rhythm. This is samba rhythm. And the backing track works around C minor 7 to F minor 7. Just switch between the two chords. You can also play this in high position, which he's also doing. That will be probably here. That's or maybe here. Also great. This would be position number 4 of the pentatonics. This one. And with the scale. So, and to play this melody line, it works like this. Start here. And that's it. Let's play it in a high position. And it's pretty likely, pretty likely he's playing in this position, because then he goes up. I'm personally really used to work without any vibrato on the bendings. It's pretty tricky that it holds the tone. Yeah, now it works. See, that's what it is. So, and he works around to, you have to get it kind of into the samba feel, that kind of offbeat, stylish. See, you somehow play against the rhythm. You're always a little bit off. I mean, I could explain it in rhythm notation, but it doesn't make any sense, because when you see it written, it's totally complicated. Better try to make with your intuition. And the other thing is, as already said, the high bendings, absolutely no vibrato, just up and stay there. So like, and at one moment he just holds it, and then comes the feedback, and then he's doing nothing. You can prolong it a little bit by adding kind of a rhythm figure. Yeah. Now let's check out the more fastest and demanding stuff, which is more or less the signature thing on the end of that track. It's basically the same figure in all cases. It's this one here. We can play it in 3 different positions here. So you have in the pentatonic position, bending here in 11. For some of you this might be uncomfortable, then you better take your ring finger. It's a little bit easier, but if you can choose, I recommend the pinky. You make the bending, go up and then pull off. And you play it in 32 notes, I think. As a repeating pattern, or you can do the same thing below here in the 10th, 10, 8, 11. See, and also in the high position here, same figure as here, but different notes. Works great here in the, oh good, wait, 12, 15, 17, 18th fret. In this case, I would recommend the ring finger, because for me, pinky is, I don't have enough space for that. Then you can, here he makes something like this, makes a repeating pattern. Goes up in the bending and stays and makes nothing. So basically it's not so hard from the figure. But what is a little bit hard is the speed of it, and to get the speed. This track is now on 82. So pretty fast. And then when you get out of it, try to continue with this samba feel. Or yeah, that's a little bit the harder part of the soloing. The rest of it is not so hard. And maybe you don't, I mean, he has one spot in the solo on the 1976 solo, which I heard, where he prolongs it pretty much. And then but goes back in this samba feel. And that's the main thing. Try to get more in the samba feel than do the fast runs. Just yeah, these were my thoughts about the solo of the 1976 version of Europe by Carlos Santana. And it's more or less also his style from that time. The later style, I remember, has more vibrato and sometimes uses delay on his sound. But the early ones, yeah, there's just plain guitar, and plain amp, reverb, nothing else. And that stuff which I showed, but a little bit more imperfection because I'm not Carlos Santana himself. Because my personal style, I work a lot with vibrato and bendings. It's a little bit awkward for me now. For just stay up and do nothing. Yeah, but that's how I mean, that's his signature sound, and which really makes the vibe of the songs which he played and made him famous. So if you really want to go for that style, get your thing together on the high bendings, no vibrato, and those repeating patterns. And of course there's a lot more in his playing style, but now on this specific thing here which I checked out, that's more or less what I heard. So enjoy with Carlos Santana, and the backing track is added now at the end of this tutorial.